40 fights, 24 by knockout. He was heavyweight champion of the world, but his title was taken away from him. Now, this top-ranked contender will stop at nothing to regain his crown. Whoever said Mike Tyson was his own worst enemy hasn't met Francois Botha. Tyson versus Botha, Saturday, January 16th.
You might kill yourself. You know what I mean? Listen, I've been as long as any man ever been.
Did you consider suicide, killing yourself?
Never. You know, sometimes I wish I wasn't born, but as far as just actually killing myself, come on, man.
In just 32 years, what a life he's led. He's been a world champion and a world-class loser. Dirt poor and filthy rich, praised and reviled. Is Mike Tyson a little boy lost, a victim of a terrible childhood, betrayed by people he thought were his friends? Or is he an out-of-control, angry, raging bull who leaves a wake of trouble wherever he goes? Tyson says he doesn't care what anyone thinks.
Listen, I was out the other night. I was at a strip club, right? And somebody hit my Rolls Royce. And they're real scared about telling me. I said, just take it to the shop. You know what I mean? Because people don't understand. I'm accustomed to people hating me and being envious and jealous of me.
What do you think your public image is?
I don't care about my public image. If I cared about my public image, I would have never told you on national television I was at a strip club the other day. You think I give a damn about somebody what they think about me?
From a look at the headlines, many think the worst. A stormy first marriage. A prison term for a rape he still says he didn't commit. And an alleged assault after a minor car accident last summer could end up sending him back to prison. Are you concerned about going back to jail after this fight?
I'm always concerned about it, but you know, I mean, it's always a reality because society believes that, well, he should be in prison.
Then, of course, there's the infamous fight in Las Vegas in June of 1997 against Evander Holyfield.
What happened here? He got bit, I think.
It was the bite seen round the world, his rage on display for millions.
And he still wants more as he's being held back by Richie.
Some thought he'd never have a chance to come back. Not after that. But a few months ago, he asked the Nevada State Athletic Commission to give him his boxing license back.
For some reason, I feel like I'm Norman Bates up here with all the doctors and everything, man. But trust me, this won't happen anymore, man. I've learned I am so sorry. I am sorry. Yes.
The commission gave him his license back, but only after Tyson agreed to a battery of tests by a panel of mental health experts which found him fit to return to the ring. Yet even now, after 19 months to reflect, Tyson at times is still defiant, very angry at what he claims started the entire ugly incident. He says Holyfield used an illegal maneuver known as a headbutt.
I think I really care about biting Mr. Holyfield's ear off and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
You don't care about that?
No, Holyfield. All right? You're not going to really tell me I'm wrong what this guy was doing. I mean, if he beat me, beat me. He beat me the first time, I wasn't complaining or nothing either. You know what I mean? But he cheated that time too, and he know what he did wrong. What happened?
And the anger is also directed at the media.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
Despite all of his actions, Tyson says he's unfairly being given an image of being out of control.
Say, just look at, he's a maniac, he's a monster, he's a madman. No, you, I'm a human being like you.
Tyson's wrath is also aimed at the people he says used him. He's suing his former promoter and confidant, Don King, for $100 million, alleging King diverted money from him.
If I wasn't trying to be a decent person and take care of my children and my family, oh, there's no hesitating. I would have killed those guys for what they did to me.
Those guys being who?
Whoever it is. They know who it is. Anybody that stole my money, whoever I trusted, whoever violated me, yeah, I would have killed them. If you want to say Don, yes, I would have killed all them guys.
Don King?
Anybody. Don King, you, anybody.
Don King denied he ever cheated Tyson and has hit Tyson with a countersuit for breach of contract. The highest grossing boxer ever, Tyson told the Nevada State Athletic Commission last fall he was in financial trouble. Among the debts, a $13 million bill to the IRS.
Yeah, I owed them that much money at one time.
Do you still?
Not anymore. I'm fighting now.
So you're no longer having financial worries?
I really never had financial worries. I really never cared if I owed them $100 million.
You may not care, but they care.
Well, you know what I mean? Get it from my blood.
On Saturday night, Tyson's blood and money machine will be churning again. In his latest comeback, he faces South African boxer Francois Botha in Las Vegas. Do you feel people want to see you hurt?
Yeah, yes, I do.
In the ring?
Did too, yeah.
And outside of the ring?
Yeah.
Do you feel you've ever been truly loved in your life?
I don't want anyone to love me with my children and my wife. Everybody else just have to respect me, and they're growing to respect me.
Tyson will be handsomely paid. Already the biggest moneymaker in the history of boxing, he's expected to earn at least $20 million, whether he wins or loses.
Disqualified. He's out.
I'll tell you what, this is unbelievable.
Man, I'm sorry. You're a champion. I respect that.
We must take the most stringent action available to us. $3 million and revocation of license.
My spirit was just gone to do anything else because I couldn't do what I truly love to do.
I make a motion that we grant Mr. Tyson's petition for reinstatement, that he be allowed to box again in the state of Nevada.
This is an America Presents promotion in association with the MGM Grand, the City of Entertainment. Brought to you by Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This Bud's for you. Pay-per-view distributed by Showtime Event Television.
Here we go again. He's back, everybody. The youngest to ever win the World Heavyweight Championship. A two-time champion. The self-proclaimed and once widely acknowledged baddest man on the planet returns to the ring after a 19-month enforced exile. Tonight, Mike Tyson resumes his career under the neon lights of the Las Vegas Strip. Can the former champion return to the summit and recapture his status as boxing's #1 attraction? Perhaps, but not before chasing and facing the challenge of the former champion and the #2 rated IBF contender in Francois Botha. This is the Grand Garden Arena at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. They proudly call this resort the City of Entertainment. It has been the host to 5 of Mike Tyson's last 6 fights. The last fight was the memorable and infamous Holyfield-Tyson rematch, which ended in a disqualification for Tyson and subsequent suspension by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Tonight, we come full circle, back in the very same arena where Tyson's life unraveled for a second time in June 28th of 1998. Good evening again, everyone. I'm Jim Hill, your host for tonight's event. Yes, there was something very special about Mike Tyson, his intimidating manner, his ferocious style, his air of invincibility. We're here tonight to see if he can rekindle the white-hot flame that forged him into a champion, or if his life, his actions, his once terrible arrogance has reduced the former champion into an ordinary fighter. For more on Tyson's return and tonight's main event, let's go to Steve Albert at ringside. Steve.
All right, thank you, Jim. There is no question Mike Tyson has become synonymous with controversy and drama. It has followed him throughout his career, from the day a 13-year-old kid with a gold tooth, no socks, and black trunks first stepped into the ring until today. His successes and failures, marriages and breakups, they're all out there on display, excruciatingly examined by the media. Of course, the most publicized and scrutinized event outside the ring was his rape conviction in 1992, which resulted in 3 years of prison. Inside the ropes, the bizarre ear-butting incident from his second fight with Evander Holyfield, which led to his boxing license revocation, a $3 million fine, public hearing and apologies, and a mandated psychiatric examination, the results humiliatingly made widely available to anyone who cared to read them. So tonight, about 19 months since that unforgettable night in this very arena, some of you may be asking, will Tyson snap again? Being away from the sport, Tyson told me he felt totally useless. He said, my spirit was gone. I couldn't do what I truly loved to do. During the enforced hiatus, he told me he got a lot of perspective. Now, based on those thoughts, I can only surmise that the last thing Tyson wants to do is put himself in that position again. With that, let me bring on my ringside partners. First, the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. And Ferdy, is Tyson capable of coming back and becoming a champion again?
I think that's in two parts. One part is as a boxer, absolutely. He's as good as anybody there is fighting today. Is the ring rust on him because of this 1 year out and then 3 years before that? We'll see that tonight. If you see him bobbing and weaving and coming on, he's back. If you see him standing straight up and coming in, he's got ring rust on him. That's that part. More important than that is his personal life. He seems to be on a roller coaster. He has no foundation. He has no guideline to follow. If he can get himself settled in life and understand what it is that this life's all about, then I think he will be back and he will be the champion of the heavyweight division again.
All right, let's turn to our other partner here, Bobby Chez. And Bobby, what are the differences between the return of Tyson tonight against Francois Botha as compared to his return against Peter McNeely?
Well, for starters, the first time he came back was after several years away from the ring. This time only 19 months. Secondly, it was against a lowly regarded Peter McNeely, now a highly regarded former world champion in Francois Botha, also still highly ranked. And thirdly, and maybe most importantly, Steve, Mike Tyson is at a crossroads. He needs to redeem himself now. A loss or a disqualification could completely ruin and destroy his career. Even a bad performance could cripple it. The stakes are very high for the former champion.
Well, Tyson told me he plans to start fast, make quick work of Francois Botha. We'll see later tonight. From an immediate standpoint, what effect will the long layoff have on Tyson tonight? And is he in a no-win situation? The feeling that no matter how well he does, he'll still have his critics. Well, earlier tonight, the arrival of Mike Tyson looks to be in excellent shape physically. Some are questioning his mental state in light of recent flare-ups with the media. Just when we thought he was mellowing, he erupts into these profanity-laced tirades. Seemed okay a few weeks ago when I talked with him. Perhaps it's the pressures of the fight building up, the same questions over and over, or he just doesn't care what people think. Still, no excuse for his behavior. And 7-1 underdog Francois Botha from South Africa, living in Newport Beach, California, upon his arrival here earlier. The affable Botha talks a good game, says he won't lay down or be intimidated. While I'm not sure he's the next McNeely or Bruce Seldon, I do feel he is tailor-made for Tyson, even if he did go into the 12th with Michael Moore. He's relatively slow, punches wide, keeps his hands down. Give him points for bravery and willingness. But how could he pass up this opportunity with a $1.8 million payday? I asked him what will happen if Tyson snaps. He said, if he bites me, I'll bite him back. Francois always had a way of capturing the moment. So it's Tyson versus Botha, our main event upcoming later. For more on tonight's featured attraction, let's go to our roving reporter, Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Mike Tyson just walked into the building with his entourage. We will start with Panama Lewis. Panama is the trainer of Frans Botha. He is not permitted to be in the corner tonight because he is banned from boxing by the New York State Athletic Commission. Nevada recognizes that for altering the gloves, for which he was convicted of back in the Resto Collins fight back in 1984. Panama, you will not be seated in the corner tonight. How far away will you be from Frans Botha, and can you be of any help at that distance?
First of all, I want to thank God for having me here today, and I want to thank the commission from Vegas for making this fight happen. Probably it would be like 5 to 4 rolls from the ring.
Panama, have you instructed Frans in any way to try and get underneath the skin of Mike Tyson, to maybe throw an elbow, a low blow, something that might cause him to snap?
No. My fighter is ready. Mike ain't no Superman, you know. He feels it too, and my fighter is ready. You can see a clean fight from Francois Botha.
Can he be intimidated like a lot of opponents of Mike Tyson have been?
No. This man is from Africa. He's the real African American. He born in Africa, and he been seeing black people all his life.
What about Actually, when he comes out, Mike Tyson has been such a raging bull in his character coming out. Can Botha withstand what happens here in the first couple minutes of the first round and the second round?
It's always a way to calm a bull down.
And what will that way be?
You'll see left, that jab in his face and that right hand and that uppercut, and find the angles.
So you'll be about 5 rows behind Botha tonight?
Oh, yes.
Can
And
he recognize your voice, or is it just going to be lost in the sea of all this loud?
you know, I have a big mouth, and
Many have said that. All right, Panama, good luck tonight.
One love, America.
Okay. Let's send it over now to Bill Boggs.
Well, Jim, I thank you very much, and hello to you. Traditionally, the days leading up to any Mike Tyson fight have a big buzz, and this Mike Tyson's most recent comeback was no exception. So here are some of the sights, the sounds, and the opinion of Tyson Botha Fight Week, all condensed into 1 minute.
Tyson by brutal knockout.
Go Botha!
Kill this mother.
Off this chip.
Tyson in 3.
Mike still gonna knock him out. TKO.
I can't wait for Saturday. The White Buffalo's extinct.
Go Botha!
Tyson at the 6.
Mike Tyson continues to fascinate.
Tyson. He's back. Allahu Akbar.
233 pounds, 223 pounds.
Well, at this point, Tyson's legacy is, in fact, a legacy in limbo. So all the people we heard from and all of you watching right now may have a radically different opinion tomorrow morning, including you, Jim Hill.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. We'd like to welcome to our broadcast team one of boxing's premier trainers in Emmanuel Stewart, taking a moment off from training Lennox Lewis for his upcoming bout with Evander Holyfield to unify the entire heavyweight division. And so good to have you. How's training going for the WBC champion now?
Training's doing very well. Lennox is training very hard. He's running his 5 or 6 miles every day with the knee-high wave snow. He's training up in Pennsylvania. He wanted to train where it was cold for his fight. And we expect it's going to be a brutal fight, and it's going to be a rough fight. So he's in good shape.
All right, Emmanuel, let's talk about tonight's main event. Give us your take on the main event this evening.
Well, I think Botha is a little too slow, in my opinion, for Mike Tyson, particularly for this type of a fight where Mike is coming out trying to regain his old form, which means he's going to come out fast. Mike's going to come out punching fast and hard, and I think that Botha will probably be caught early. But if it doesn't end in the first 3 or 4 rounds, it's going to be interesting because Mike has never been that effective in fights after 7 rounds. And Botha is basically, what I understand, training and preparing himself for a long fight, hoping to wear Mike out and then have his opportunity later on in the fight.
And maybe Botha's confidence will begin to grow and grow after the 5th?
Yes, I think Botha, he has 2 qualities that is always important in order to fight Mike Tyson to be effective. He's not afraid of Mike Tyson, I don't believe, and he's got a little guts in it, and he's in pretty good shape from what I understand.
So once again, question marks surrounding the fight of Mike Tyson. We will visit with Emmanuel a little bit more as the night progresses, but right now, let's show you viewers tonight's entire fight card. We begin our coverage this evening with a 12-round lightweight bout between former WBC champion Goyo Vargas against the undefeated Ben Taki. Next up, Robert Garcia, the undefeated IBF junior lightweight champion, defends his crown against 2-time title holder John Molina. Then comes our main event, Mike Tyson and Francois Botha in a heavyweight bout scheduled for 10 rounds. And as a bonus, following our featured fight, we'll broadcast a bout recorded earlier tonight between Zab Judah and Wilfredo Negron in a junior welterweight bout. Now, once again, we offer a way for those of you watching the telecast to score each of the live broadcast bouts on our card tonight. This will be on the internet. Now, we're happy to tell you that online scoring is available for tonight's fights. Log on to mtyson.com and go to the TiVo Personal TV online scoring webpage. Tell us who you think is winning each round. Your entries instantly update the scoring webpage, and the results will also be announced live on air during the broadcast. MTyson.com is also the place to find a special online auction of boxing memorabilia, interviews with fighters, free fight analysis, and merchandise like hats, t-shirts, and jackets. Of course, your voting is for entertainment purposes only and will not influence the outcome of these fights. Once again, the web address is MTyson.com, and we thank TiVo Personnel TV for their participation and cooperation. Well, fight.
He's disqualified. He's out. Look at me. I gotta go home and my kids are gonna be scared of me. Look at me, man.
I was frustrated. I was mad. I was blooded. I was bleeding. And I was a little dizzy, and I thought they were going to stop the fight, and I believed that he was doing it intentionally. I'm sorry, but I'm human too. Nobody was defending me in there. Later on, like a week or two, as everything continued to escalate, I said, oh, I f***ed up. You know, I'm suspended. I'm screwed.
A further move that Mike Tyson be suspended.
For some reason, I feel like I'm Norman Bates up here with all the doctors and everything.
The maximum fine of $3 million and revocation of license.
I stayed in Brooklyn and Flatbush Avenue in Brownsville. I stayed there, but mostly the whole summer. You stayed in a retrospect, and I used to look back and see where I came from. So people get shot, see people fighting, see people quarreling over dice games. My dumb ass got in a dice game. I even got in some arguments. Yeah. And you know, man, I used to put myself back in perspective and said, this is a hell of a life.
I am so sorry.
Mr. Tyson has met his burden.
Trust me, this won't happen anymore,
I'm prepared to give you one last chance in Nevada.
I hear somebody say, you're the greatest, and I don't know who the hell they're talking about sometimes. But when you hear a million people telling you you're great every day, you know what I mean, sometimes that goes to your head. So I'm just trying to put everything in perspective. You have to understand, I come from a place where one moment I'm in a drug dealer's house and I got a bunch of people on the floor robbing. The next thing you know, I got my hand raised in the air and they said the youngest heavyweight champion in the world, and that's an overwhelming load to handle.
He is the youngest ever to win the heavyweight title, Mike Tyson!
I don't have big dreams and stuff like that. That's just not who I am. I just like to kick some ass, have some fun, you know what I mean? I just need to be Mike Tyson. Everything else is a foregone conclusion.
Well, back now with Emmanuel Stewart. And you know, Emmanuel, I know you've known Mike for a number of years, over 15 years now. People say all kinds of things about him. He's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's schizoid. I mean, he really is all of those things.
Yes, you know, Mike Tyson is a young man with a lot of different personalities. And if you meet him one time and you say, well, Mike is a sweet, lovable guy, when he was talking, he just laid his head on my chest, that is the way Mike Tyson is. And another person might say, well, he's an animal. But when you look at Mike Tyson's background and everything, it makes it be a little bit more understandable. I think one of the things that has set him off a lot this summer in particular, in this past year, is because of the fight with Evander Holyfield, which he felt that was beyond the doubt, the crowning situation that really turned the public totally against him. Because in his heart, I deep down feel myself, he's never felt that he should be criticized to the degree that he was related to biting Evander Holyfield zero, because he felt that he was butted very badly the first fight, only cut he ever had in his life. The next fight, he was butted again and cut again over there. And when people refer to him biting Evander, no one ever refers to the fact that he was retaliating, like other athletes do when a guy gets beaten by a particular pitcher, he goes out and starts fighting. And so I think he had to apologize. He's been all over the world apologizing. But deep down, he really felt that he was justifiable to some degree. And I think this particular year, he's really went even further than he had went before in this chaotic life of his.
So Mike Tyson has been out of action for some 19 months right now, and there's great anticipation about him getting back into the ring tonight against Francois Botha. For more on tonight's main event, let's go to Jim Gray outside Tyson's dressing room. Jim?
All right, thank you, Jim. I'm joined by Shelly Finkel, the advisor and manager of Mike Tyson. He spent the entire day, in fact, he spent the past couple of months with Mike Tyson training. The mood with Mike today is what, Shelly?
Very relaxed, very confident.
19 months is a long time for a 32-year-old man to be out of the game. Are there any major concerns that you have because of that rust, because of that layoff coming into tonight?
I might have felt that way 2-3 months ago, but seeing what he's done and the amount of time he's put in, and that, none at all.
We've heard some talk that maybe Botha might throw an elbow, low blow, something to goad Mike into snapping. Is that a concern?
I hope it doesn't go that long.
The inside with Tommy Brooks, a new trainer, somebody he hasn't been familiar with. Just exactly how long does that camaraderie and chemistry take in a fight?
It took about 2-3 days, because the first day they were working out, Tommy was showing him some things. The second day he put mitts on, and when Mike missed a punch, Tommy hit him. And Mike says, whoa, this guy's real. And he thought it would just be very simple. And then the third day, Mike didn't feel good, and he threw up. And Tommy said, look, we got a couple more rounds. We got to finish him. If you throw up in the fight, they're going to let you finish it. So he got the respect early, and then they have a great rapport. If you watch him lately, any training he does, he looks to make sure that he's there. And
all right, Shelley, we appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you later in the evening.
No problem. Thank you, Jim.
Let's send it back outside now to Steve Albert.
Thank you very much. And Tyson versus Botha. So Tyson versus Botha, the return of Mike Tyson coming up next from Las Vegas. Is Francois Botha the latest designated sacrificial lamb? You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody outside of his inner circle who thinks Botha has a chance. You don't find too many sure bets in this town, but this is probably the exception. Let's go over to Bill Boggs. Bill?
That was big action with Alex Yemenigian, the president and COO of MGM Grand Europe.
Thank you very much. The main event, Tyson versus Botha, is coming up next. Mike Tyson hopes that tonight will be the very first successful step on the path to redemption, while Francois Botha plans to take advantage of this opportunity and play the role of spoiler. Our coverage will continue from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas in just a moment.
Showtime Event Television would like to give special thanks to just a partial listing of our regional promotion partners. Bodies in Motion, Domino's, Harley-Davidson, Pizza Hut, 24 Hour Fitness, Rally's Auto, Rocky's Auto, Tubby's Submarine. And we'd also like to thank our internet partner, Lycos, at www.lycos.com.
An estimated capacity crowd is settling into their seats in anticipation of tonight's main event. Mike Tyson is a 7-to-1 betting favorite here at the sports books, but no one can really be sure what to expect here tonight. And that certainty has fueled the excitement and anticipation. But remember, Tyson will enter the ring after a 19-month suspension and a 2-fight losing streak. One of the big weapons in Mike Tyson's arsenal was his intimidating manner. Many a fighter talked the talk, but when the moment came and they were staring across the ring at the freight train in the short pants about to bear down on them, all that talk somehow disappeared. Evander Holyfield practically disarmed Tyson by not succumbing to those tactics, as did Buster Douglas. In the months leading up to tonight's fight, Tyson has projected the confidence and even arrogance that were his trademarks as a champion. Botha claims he cannot be intimidated and plans to follow Holyfield's blueprint for victory.
Y'all guys know what I do. Y'all know what I do. I put people in body bags when I'm right. So we know what's going to happen.
I've never had any fear in me, and I believe that I can't be intimidated.
I never came in the ring trying to intimidate anybody. I just came in, presented myself, and whatever happened, if that happened. They choose to be intimidated, cool. Regardless of what happens, they're going to get hit eventually.
When I land, I know I'm getting. I know with my power that I have too, that I can hit Mike and take him out.
My man beefing, we heard this 15 years. I've been doing this. We've been hearing this from different guys. We'll see. We'll see.
Mike is right there, and he can't fight going back. And that inside fighting, that is his game plan, and he wants his hands free. And once you tie him up, Mike can't do nothing.
And I know you guys don't think he's going to beat me. I know you don't think that. We're regardless of my layoff. I know no one believes that.
I see Mike burning up most of his energy in the first few rounds because he won that knockout. And then I see Mike slowing down after 3-4 rounds, slowing down. And then he's vulnerable.
People say anything, but the night the fight comes, I'm ready to rumble.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Tough talk from both fighters, from both Tyson and Botha. Now the time has come to back up those harsh words. Well, Emmanuel, what do you expect, first of all, from Tyson in the fight tonight?
I think Mike is going to come out fast. I think he's going to come out furious, trying to get the fight over as early as possible, because I think he realizes if the fight goes long, he's going to have a problem with Botha, because Botha's physically a big, strong man.
On the opposite side of that, what do you expect from Botha tonight? How will he counter that?
I think Botha is going to prepare himself to try to survive the early rounds. I think he's going to do everything he can to take the fight into the later rounds. But I don't know, in the heat of battle in both big heavyweights, things could get carried away and it could be wild and woolly.
Now, we can't let you get away without a prediction. You've got to give us one.
I make a prediction that Tyson wins within 4 rounds.
And it's going to be exciting.
I think it's going to be exciting. Regardless of what, Tyson is never going to be in a bad fight.
It's going to be exciting. Win or lose. Yeah, that's right. We are just moments away from the ring walks. So let's go to Jim Gray for a report from the dressing rooms. Jim.
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, the last time that Mike Tyson walked down this hallway, he permanently altered his reputation, not only as a fighter, but as a human being. 19 months later, he remains an enigma. He's a very complicated man, a complex mixture of rage, contradiction, talent, and confusion. Yet with all that has gone on with Mike Tyson, almost overlooked is his ability, or now lack of ability, to be an effective fighter. It has been more than a year and a half since he has fought, and it has been more than 2.5 years since he has won a fight. Still, boxing seems so eager for Tyson's return, and I'm not sure why. Is it to revive a sport that seemingly is on life support? Or is it simply to satisfy the curiosity of the bizarre behavior which might occur next in the soap opera which has become Mike Tyson's life? Now, there are an awful lot of people who would like to see this guy pick himself up, to atone for his mistakes, to return to greatness, and to restore his abilities, to give us the thrills that he used to. Yet on the other hand, there are an awful lot of folks who would have preferred that he'd never have been allowed to return. And now that he's back, they'd like to see him pummeled, because they simply cannot get past their disgust in his past behavior. So whichever side you fall on with Mike Tyson, very few, if any, have brought us to our television sets for such a variety of reasons, all of which make Mike Tyson, whether you like him or whether you hate him, such a compelling figure. Steve?
All right, Jim, thank you. The audience here at the MGM Grand settling in for the main event. This is the reason they're here, the return of Tyson. Many folks understandably turned off by Tyson's erratic behavior in recent years and the days leading up to this fight. While this is not a title fight, it does have a unique feeling, almost a morbid curiosity, no doubt, because of the uncertainty. Well, whether Mike Tyson wants to admit it or not, this is probably the last chance to salvage his career. Obviously, there is much at stake, like a possible third megabucks fight with Evander Holyfield. But if this is the case, you wouldn't know it by talking to him. When I sat down with Tyson recently, there didn't seem to be any sense of urgency in his voice. He told me he's not looking to leave a legacy. He doesn't have big dreams. He said everything will eventually fall into place. He just wants to be himself. There have been several sides to Mike Tyson in this, his third go-round. While he seems focused and primed for the next chapter, it remains to be seen if his story will have a happy ending. All right, Ferdy, what kind of a test does Botha provide for Tyson?
A very good one, because he has fought for the title twice. He's a very big man. He's a very strong man. He can take a punch, and his kind of fighting discombobulates you. This is kind of a test of Tyson's psyche. Is he going to get rattled? Is he going to get frustrated? Is he going to do something stupid? Or is he going to systematically take apart a man who is standing there to be punch hard?
Do you think Tyson, for lack of a better expression, still has the hunger? I mean, do you think he still has the heart?
I do. I'm one of the few that thinks he has a heart, and I think he has a hunger way beyond what he thinks he's got. He wants to be up there considered with the really great. He's not now considered with the really great, but he has an opportunity to put all this behind him and get back in there with the great figures. This is his first step. If he takes it well, then he's on the way to trying to recover that shattered reputation that he's left behind.
All right, back to Bobby Ches. Does Tyson look to simply walk through Francois Botha, or does he come in with a definitive game plan?
I think he comes in with a very specific strategy constructed by Tommy Brooks, but I think he'll also react to whatever Botha does, both good and bad.
We all know what Botha needs to do. Does he have the ability?
You know, you can put anything down on paper. It's one of the great things about fighters. Everybody can be beat on paper, but do you have the skills, and can you put your skills to work that day against that fighter in that hour of that day? Well, you know, that's something else to be desired. I don't think Botha can do it, Steve. I really don't.
Will Botha look to intentionally foul Tyson to disrupt him, to make him lose his cool?
Botha's not a dirty fighter. He's not a dirty fighter. He's a very straight-up, clean fighter. But in a high-pressure cooker with all this money involved, anything's possible.
Keys to victory for both fighters tonight.
Okay, Steve, well, I'll tell you what. It's very simple. Both men have to close the distance. Here, Tyson has to close the distance because of his lack of height. He wants to get in, slip punches. Here you'll see Frank Bruno, Mike's back to us. He'll slip punches, and then Mike does what he does best. Goes to the body with a right hand, a left hook to the head, and then he follows up with another of each as he gets inside on Frank Bruno. There's the slip, there's the right hand and the hook, and he works again with another hook and a right hand inside. Mike Tyson inside here is very key. His hands are still working. He has to keep his hands, he's closed the distance, keep his hands free. His hands stay free. The uppercuts and hooks will immediately follow in bunches and bunches. That's Mike's style. Here he misses, but key, his hand is not tied up. He's free to punch. He'll eventually land, and when he does, you see the end and total destruction of Frank Bruno. For Botha, he has to close the distance a little bit too, but for different reasons. He wants to smother Mike Tyson's punches and then use his own. Stuff a good jab, a good straight right hand, and then also maybe work Mike's body because he's a shorter fighter, and then follow through with some uppercuts up the middle and hold Mike. On the inside, he must tie Mike up. Here against Axel Schultz, with his back to us, Francois Botha does close the gap. He lands a nice straight right down the middle, smothers Schultz's punches, throws some body shots, hooks and uppercuts inside, but he's consistently keeping Botha's hands from working. That's what he has to do to Mike. Again, the uppercut on the inside, but he has to consistently keep Mike's hands from moving, or he has no chance, Steve, to win at all.
And of course, that's Axel Schultz, a light hitting heavyweight. Now, an important sidebar to tonight. Tyson turned pro 14 years ago. For the last 13 of these years, 93% of his total career, Don King has been a prominent and significant part of his life. Now, the two, along with former co-managers Rory Holloway and John Horner, embroiled in a series of bitter and invective-filled lawsuits. Tyson has now surrounded himself with high-powered attorneys and accountants and trusts his affairs to well-known and respected boxing manager Shelley Finkel, officially called his advisor. And equally interesting, the addition of former Holyfield assistant trainer Tommy Brooks as chief trainer. Now, how will these changes affect Tyson? Will we see the difference in the ring tonight? He has certainly been far more accessible to fans and reporters in the last few weeks than in the past. Hasn't always been the nicest guy, but he has been more accessible. Has focus and stability finally come to Mike Tyson, or will he snap again? Admit it, that's a big reason some of you tuned in and why a portion of the people are here tonight. But no matter what Botha does to unnerve Tyson, I just can't see it happening again. There is simply too much at stake. And let us take a look at the White Buffalo, Francois Botha, who says the White Buffalo is not extinct. Following the inspired effort in defeat versus Michael Moore, uninspired and lackluster efforts in victories versus two journeymen. His last two fights, first-round knockouts against unrecognizable opposition. His overall resume, not a who's who of boxing. He's made a concerted effort to trim down, add some muscle tone, but he just doesn't bring that hard body look into the ring, as you will see. He has to know Tyson is not taking him seriously. That would make anyone mad, motivated, but most believe it's a study in futility. With this guy, you will not see a blistering pace. He's slow, lumbering, allows himself to get hit, although he has a good chin and a big heart. Francois Botha, coming to the biggest stage of his career. He does have certain skills. He's good to a point. But perhaps moreover with Botha, it's not only physical, but mental. His concentration level is questionable. He not only has lapses of energy, but mental lapses as well. That pretty well sums up Francois Botha. Here's the reaction as the fans get their first glimpse. Sellout crowd. Almost disinterested in Botha, as they are obviously very anxious for the ring walk of Mike Tyson. This is all secondary stuff. They want Tyson I got to believe he's saying one of two things to himself right now. How did I get myself into this? Or I know I've got the guts to do this. I'm not scared of Mike Tyson. As long as I hit back, don't get caught on the ropes, don't cover up, I'll be okay. That might be what's going through the mind of Francois. And this crowd in high anticipation now of the former undisputed heavyweight champion. And here he comes, Mike Tyson. As he heads toward the same ring he made his disgraceful exit in June of '97. The crowd revved up. Tyson entering to some scary, imposing music. Will he be able to intimidate his opponent tonight? Will it even matter? He's turning the corner. The fans will soon see him. I really thought there'd be more of an explosion by the crowd here, but very mixed. Even with the win tonight, no matter how one-sided, he will still have his detractors. Following the two fights with Holyfield, his stock plummeted. The pundits came down hard, feeling they were duped, that his knockouts were over second-rate fighters. Now the crowd erupts more as he gets into the ring. But it's certainly nothing overwhelming. Bobby, I got to ask you, how significant will the first round be here?
Steve, the significance of the first round is crucial for both fighters. If Tyson is moving his head, getting inside, and landing regularly and consecutively, it's going to be a short night. The flip side to that coin is that if Botha is effective with his jab, holds Mike off, starts landing the right hand, and ties Tyson, he ends up being long in the inside, they're in for a long fight, and we're in for a tough night.
So the crowd awaits as we check the tail of the tape. At 32, Tyson 2 years older than Botha, 2.5-inch height advantage for the 6'2" Botha. Tyson listed at 5'11.5", closer to 5'10". 223, Tyson's heaviest. He's chiseled though. Botha 233, down from 238. His last fight in June, 3-inch reach advantage for Botha. The rules: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the fourth, it's a no contest. After the end of the fourth, they go to the scorecards. This fight's scheduled for 10 here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas. We're set for the return of Mike Tyson as he faces off with Francois Botha. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we present our main event of the evening at this time, we'd like to ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. In the ring to lead us, my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's vocalist, a Tyson Records recording artist. How about a hand for Donnie?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave Peru the rule the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Donnie. Ladies and gentlemen, from the city of entertainment, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, we welcome you to our featured bout of the evening, a heavyweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing and brought to you by America Presents, matchmaker Tom Brown, Showtime Event Television, the MGM Grand, and the undefeated, undisputed king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem, commissioners Glenn Carano, Lorenzo Fertitta, Dr. Luther Mack, and Dr. James Nave. The executive director is Mark Retner. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Homansky, Dr. Margaret Goodman, Dr. Al Capana, and Dr. James Game. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns. We have Jane Broadfoot and James Cavan. And introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside, all from Las Vegas, Nevada, Bill Graham, Dave Moretti, and Dalby Shirley. All right, fans, here we... Here we go. The time has come for our main event of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it's showtime! Introducing to you at this time our referee in charge of this our main event, Richard Steele. Introducing to you at this time, ladies and gentlemen, on my right, the principals. First fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks, fighting out of Newport Beach, California, by way of Pretoria, South Africa. He weighed in at 233 pounds with a record of 39 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. He has 24 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the #2 heavyweight contender by the IBF. Here is the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, known as the White Buffalo, introducing Francois Botha. And presenting his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round main event, wearing his traditional black trunks and hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at 223 pounds with a record of 45 wins and 3 losses. He has 39 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his long-awaited return to the ring, here is the youngest man ever to win the heavyweight title, currently ranked the number 10 contender, the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mike Tyson.
Okay, I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. You've both been champions before, so I expect for you to conduct yourself as champions. Obey my commands at all times, shake hands, and good luck.
A strange, ominous mood in this arena. Perhaps it was the music, perhaps Mike Tyson, perhaps the stillness of the crowd. And 30 legendary trainer Angelo Dundee told you if Tyson comes out bobbing and weaving, he's back. If he comes straight ahead with his head up, different story.
Different story. He's shot-ski if he does. Well, Angelo has a pretty darn good opinion. Let's see what he does.
The bell for round 1.
Botha's going to try and land that jab, but let me tell you, gentlemen, I think as soon as he really gets hit early, he's going to resort back to some of the old Frans Botha tactics. And if this pace is fast, which Mike knows no other way, I want to see how he holds up in rounds 2, 3, and 4 if we get that far.
And there is a lot of head movement on the part of Mike Tyson here at the outset.
He hadn't started as fast as everybody thought he started, but then again, Mike is fighting, quietly waiting for his opening. There's 1.
2 big misses by Mike Tyson. First a right, then a left.
And here's a man with one of the fastest hands in America and power.
Another miss with a wild swing.
That's more movement by Botha than I've seen in quite some time. He's standing on the outside. Said he was going to tie Mike up on the inside. Mike needs to come in behind the jab, bob and weave, and whack him.
Tyson hasn't been hit in nearly 2 years. What will happen if he gets hit hard by Botha? We'll see who gets this party started.
I just had a little deja vu called Bone Crusher Smith dancing. And I'm starting to see that unfold right before my eyes. Just hold on and survive.
Well, Tyson certainly coming in to do some serious damage. Does Botha have the ability to combat this? Botha certainly doesn't look afraid. He's standing right in there, and he nails Tyson with a right cross. Misses with a right hook.
Botha's got guts. Don't mistake that. He'll be there. He'll be there all night long if he doesn't get hit. And he'll be punching. It's up to Mike to figure out how to get past that jab.
Mike's got to come in behind that jab. You're right.
And he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it past the jab.
Botha on the inside now. Got a couple of pops in with a straight right. Tyson being very patient. There's some blood on the head of Mike Tyson, probably from a clash of heads.
See, when Mike's slipping underneath, he's not firing right away. Frans Botha is looking to immediately hold once they get within a foot.
Frans Botha's doing very well this first round. Very well indeed. It's what he's wanted to do, to jab, punch and punches and punch inside, frustrate Mike, and he's done that.
Botha doing what he said he would do, tying Tyson up, just like Holyfield did. And Tyson continues to miss with those wild lefts.
I don't think I've seen Botha move this good in his entire career. He just seems to be avoiding everything Mike does.
So with 10 seconds left in the opening round, scheduled for 10, Botha off to a tremendous start. They continue to hit after the bell.
Here we go again.
Here come the corners. Here comes security. It's bedlam in the ring.
Well,
the two have to be ripped apart at the end of round 1. What an unbelievable start.
I think that was more Botha's fault.
I don't even know what happened, but Botha
reacted.
Botha was doing some ugly things.
Botha did reacted to something that Tyson did, but he lost his head. Botha did, not Tyson.
Hey, yo, you got put your punches together.
All right, he's holding and hitting. Referee says break up, punch out. Now, Botha's claim he's done something. Botha's claiming he's done something, and the referee doesn't know how to break them, and now comes the action. You see?
Well, you know what? Mike had a free hand there. He's allowed to left hook in with it.
He did.
Quite honestly,
he did something to him.
Botha didn't like it, though.
I don't know what he did to him.
Well, there was the bell to begin round 2, and both are still on their stools. People are in the ring.
Richard Steele called timeout.
He has to call timeout. He has to quiet this down. This cannot go on right now as a fight. He has to quiet this down.
Look at the outer portion of the ring. It's all security. There's Mark Ratner, the head of the Nevada Commission, with Richard Steele.
Well, this is unfortunate. Let's be honest. What's happened?
You can't win with a foul. Come on, get out. You can't win with a foul, okay? You've been here once before, Mike.
Poignant words from Richard Steele.
You can't win with a foul, okay? You can't win with a foul.
What a controversial start to this return for Mike Tyson. Chaos after the first round. Now they pick it up in round 2.
Step back, step back. Step back, clean. Hey, look.
Now this is war. Tyson screaming at Richard Steele. Tyson mad. Now he's going back to his old style. He's just coming in, and he's claiming he's being grabbed and held.
He's claiming that he's twisting his arm or adding pressure to his arm and screaming about it.
And Tyson wants to end this thing with one punch now.
And isn't it unfortunate it has to be Richard Steele?
Of course. Controversy follows him everywhere.
1 point. 1 point. 1 point. You can't win if you foul.
He's taking a point away from Tyson.
Mike was complaining about the excessive holding.
What an ugly start to this fight.
Well, this one was more Botha than Tyson.
Tyson missing again with that wild left hook.
Unfortunate for Tyson, he got a guy that has no control over his emotions either.
He hurt Botha with that right hand. You know what you got though? You got. I'm telling you, you got a big holding match here. This is going to be a dance. Bone Crusher Smith did it, survived, didn't get hurt, got paid. Both is going to do the same thing.
Both are being warned for the holding.
Right, step back, step back.
You know,
Step
technically,
back.
that holding, if you do that too often, you're disqualified. Read the rule book, you'll find that holding for no reason is a foul.
Well, let me tell you, Mike Tyson is having none of that. He's backing up Botha. Botha did not back up in the first round. He won that first round. But now he has a little bit of timidity when it comes to coming forth because there's fire in Mike Tyson's eye. There's fire.
Botha dancing around. This, of course, the most movement we've seen from him.
See right there, Mike Tyson should have just jabbed in and through.
Right hand by Tyson sent Botha back, but it was off the shoulder. Now a left by Mike Tyson. But to the upper chest area of Botha didn't do much damage.
You hold him,
But Botha has to love this because Tyson's being disrupted. He's losing his cool. Oh, he stumbled after that wild miss off the right hook and almost went down.
Well, he got hit in the belly as he went by. But Richard Steele has warned Botha, don't hold or you'll lose a point now. There's another one coming.
Have you ever seen Tyson this reckless, this careless?
Well, he's discombobulated, just what we thought Botha might do to him. And the layoff has hurt his speed and has hurt his... you can throw all that out of the way. We're in a fight here. We're not in a boxing match. This is something different.
You gotta pull your arms back.
Forget all that. This is
an alley fight, a street fight.
This is the kind that he got into in the streets of Brooklyn.
And again, a left hook to the jaw by Tyson after the bell. That was clearly Tyson at full. Is he going to take another point away? No, he warned him.
You got him out here. Hey, listen. Listen up. Hey, look. He letting him rough out. listen up. Remember what I said, play the game. Play the game. Hey, look, all you got to do is knock this guy out, then you got to worry about that. Right, don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in good shape. Where's the bucket?
We're going to look and see if we can see why this got Tyson the warning. I didn't see it that open. See, he's locking his arm under the arm of Botha. Botha's been screaming. See how he twisted? See how he twisted? That's the leverage he's applying like a wrestler. He's twisting him under, and that's why he hollered.
At the end of the round, Mike Tyson, I think, just pulls off an extreme close-up here and pops him not only with a left hook, but a nice little left elbow to go with it.
This is a fight. This
so
is a fight.
dirty tactics by both. Tyson on the chase.
Double jab and a left hook landed. And now both are hold. So, but like that, 2 jabs in a combination, both is just going to hold. Both can't win that one.
Round 3.
Come on, punch it, get out.
Nobody has landed solidly as of yet.
Come on back.
Except for perhaps after the round.
Let go.
Yeah, it's an interesting round, that last one. Tyson won the round, but they took a point away from him. And Botha won the first round, so this is interesting.
I gave Mike the second round because he landed the cleaner shots, was more effective overall. And right now, Mike's been a little more effective here, but Frans Botha is just not fighting.
But then they took a point away from him in the second round.
That's right.
So what we got here is interesting.
Clearly, most people thought that Tyson would come out. Tyson slips in Botha's corner over the logo and would overwhelm Frans Botha, but Botha right on top of him from the start.
Step back clean.
I'll tell you what, as a former fighter and knowing the game, as a referee, I've seen many of them take a point away for excessive holding. Then Botha's got to fight. He didn't come here to fight. He came here to punch and hold. And that's something that is not necessarily respectable.
And Botha backing up his words, certainly not intimidated by Tyson.
Well, let me tell you, Botha's doing a pretty good job of fighting. He's doing a pretty damn good job of fighting because he's getting off more punches and he's landing more. Tyson is being out-jabbed, out-thought. He has got to calm down and return to boxing. Another strange night for Mike Tyson.
Tyson looks fatigued already, exhausted.
Right, step back. Let him go, Mike. Let him go.
Under a minute remaining. Round 3. All this slugging and moving around has to be taking tolls on both fighters.
What takes toll is the emotion of getting into a fight rather than a boxing match. You can box all night long. When you get in a fight and your adrenaline starts to pump.
This is clearly not the strategy Botha said. He talked about punching, stepping up the side and punching again instead of punching and holding.
Look at this. How about that move by Botha?
Hit him 2 hands in each ear.
The vice.
That should pop your eardrums for you.
So Botha resorting to any and all tactics here.
Well, Botha's charging and smothering the punches, but he's throwing a few on the way and grabbing Mike, using his weight to bowl.
Remember, we've seen Botha go past 5 and struggle and struggle. But Tyson, when he goes past 5, gets tired, frustrated, and knocked out.
And he usually resorts to clinching. And that's exactly what Botha said. Just get Tyson into the deeper rounds, and then he'll feel my power. We'll see.
Hey, listen, you're not putting your punches together, baby. You're loading up with one shot. What do we work on in the gym? Put them together, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen. Hey, listen. I need you to throw the jab, get him look at the jab. You try that right hand down here, just like we worked on. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, right here, dog. Right here, okay? More than one shot, okay? Come on, you can drink something. Hey, don't fall into the trap, baby.
All right, that big right hand by Botha. Botha's throwing, and then watch both hands when he gets in close and holds him. Now watch what he does with both hands at one time. Boom. No, this is not. Watch it. Watch both hands at the same time. There you go. That should pop your eardrums for you. You can puncture an eardrum doing that, by the way.
Well, we came in wondering if Tyson could execute a game plan. Now, not being able to blow Botha away, will he be patient and stick to some kind of a plan as Tommy Brooks wants?
Well, Botha's certainly not showing any intimidation. He's not scared of him. He thinks he can take him, and there's a lot of confidence in his corner. A lot of confidence.
Well, many feel Tyson's become nothing more than a puncher, so why can't a puncher beat him?
That was a nice movement by Mike, but he's not firing. He has to fire. Botha's doing what he has to just hold on and stay out of harm's way, but Mike's got to fire.
Oh, good right hand by Francois Botha. That was a solid shot on the face of Tyson.
Brooks has told him, show him your jab and then come under with the right hand real hard, but he hadn't done that at all. He hadn't shown him a jab. He's not following Brooks's instructions.
Mike is not jabbing Ferdy. That's the key to this fight.
The key to the fight is he better listen to Brooks. Brooks is giving him the right advice. He's not taking it. If he doesn't listen to his corner, what does he need him for? He's got to do what Brooks wants.
Botha looking extremely confident.
Let him go.
He's got his hands way down.
See, here's where you stuff the jab. Step to him and stuff it.
Look at him. He's toying with Tyson. Who ever thought we'd see this? And the crowd reacts.
And loves it. Well, it better not work adversely on Tyson where he thinks he's being ridiculed and he thinks he's being made fun of, and then you got quit on your hands.
I'll tell you what, I don't like fighters that just hold, punch and hold. Technically, it's illegal. In the rule book, if you research it, it's points deducted. It's a non-combative posture, and in this case, it's the only way to survive for both, I think. He cannot punch with Mike Tyson straight away.
A slight cut on the bridge of Botha's nose.
Very slight. Almost nothing. But, Bobby, this is not a holding round. This guy is just walking around, kind of looking at him, making fun, and outbeating him to the first punch. He's winning the round by outbeating Tyson to that right hand, and Tyson's not punching back.
Botha getting off first, and Tyson not countering, not taking advantage.
Break. Let him go, let him go.
Final 30 seconds in the fourth round.
Come on, punch in there.
Tyson very frustrated. Just looks over to Richard Steele. He won't get help from him.
Pull him back, Mike. Pull him back.
Again, he looks over to Steele. Takes his eyes off his opponent.
Pull him back, Mike. Pull your arms back. Break. Step back. Step back.
I don't know what kind of advice that is. I wouldn't pull my arms back if somebody was right on me. It's been punching me silly. I wouldn't do that.
Well, this one's going to be ugly and long.
If it's long, it will be ugly.
Break. Step back.
How you like that? All right, Jimmy, let's go to work. All right, take a deep breath. Let him take a deep breath first, Nance. Right here, right here. Now listen to me. You're walking away like I told you. I didn't want you to walking away from it. I want you going side to side and jabbing him, okay? You can land the right hand if you step to your right. Jab him and step to your right. You're hitting him with it. You can land it, okay?
Let's watch Tyson. Now watch his eyes. He keeps looking over at Steele like to petition him, and he gets hit 2 shots. I mean, see, he's looking at Steele because Steele has said, I'm going to take a point away from you if you're holding. And then Tyson's looking over and saying, well, he's holding me, and he gets hit twice.
Botha's doing something smart, though. When Mike's hands go in, he's grabbing Mike's hands from the side, makes it look like Mike's holding Botha.
He better settle down and start fighting. Mike Tyson better go back to fighting and forget brawling.
Round 5, Francois Botha stymieing Mike Tyson, keeping him at bay.
Step back clean. Break.
Mike Tyson has not hit him one of the power Tyson shots that we've seen him hit people. Not once. Now you go.
Tries to open it up, does Tyson, but Botha comes in and holds him.
Botha's got a good chin. He just charges and smothers and holds till he recovers.
Well, that one rocked Botha, but Botha able to come back, and he's talking to Tyson. He said he would do that. He is trying to say something to Tyson as Botha tries to get this into the later rounds. It's round 5.
Listen, Botha's ahead right now. It's Tyson who's got to worry, not Botha.
Botha's ahead right now. He's not winning the round, but he's got a 3-1 lead in the 1 round Mike won. He lost a point.
And the crowd rallying behind Botha.
I think the crowd was just rallying behind action.
Yeah. No holding.
The thing is, Mike is punching one at a time, and then being suffocated by this mountain of white flesh here. I mean, as soon as he punches, this guy just smothers him. That's the way to beat Tyson. He's doing it.
Double jab in, Mike's not doing it. He's just not listening. He's abandoning, he's getting frustrated, and Botha's doing it without being too dirty. Now right there, Mike should have came right up. He threw the right to the body. He should have came right up with the hooks.
Step back. All right, great clean, great clean. I'll take a point away.
Awful lot of ring rust showing here. Awful lot. This is not even half of Tyson.
Tyson ate 2 right hands there. Not too good for Mike Tyson.
Again, Botha with his hands way down by his side, and he got nailed with a straight left to the nose, and Botha smiling back at Tyson.
Like saying, that's the first good shot you've landed in 4 rounds. He's not throwing 2 punches. He's sucked into that morass of flesh that is Botha. I mean, he's not going in with 2 and 3 shots. He must let his hands go.
Botha has a terrific chin. We've seen that. He's been down 2 times in his career, both versus Michael Moore in the 11th round.
How'd you get out of there?
First time, Bobby, he let 2 punches go. A left and a right, and then he got caught. But he's got to punch with both. Now again.
But Tyson just showing no speed whatsoever.
Looks like he's in slow motion. He can't get off 2 punches. I mean, that is a mark of a shot fighter when you can't get off punches. Oh!
A beautiful right hand.